And I ain't saying that he don't love you, but I don't think he love you like I do. But it's okay. It's all right. My BlackBerry filled with a whole bunch of women.
That's not love.
You remember back in the day, you had a BlackBerry, you had all them boys saved in there. I ain't had no BlackBerry. I had that Palm Pilot.
Conversation that we just had last night before we went to bed.
You did. You told me to stop. You said stop about me.
I set a boundary.
About me? Not about you. Oh, okay. Welcome back, everybody, to Boundless Boundaries. I'm here with the one and only daughter of Tony. Give it a.
I don't know nobody named Tony. Oh, India Marie.
India Marie, cookies in her mouth and nothing else. She going back to the IB cookie days. That's where I was trying to get to. So, welcome back. Sorry we missed last week. We had plans on coming back, but we'll get to that in a second.
Ooh.
Excuse me. You asked me a question right before we got on the pod. She was stuffing her mouth, and she said, I'm impressed by my vegan cookies. Did you taste one? And I said, I'm going to talk about it on the pod. And then she tried to feed me. Like, she literally tried to feed me. Now, if I would have said a boundary...
Then why you didn't answer the question?
If I would have said boundaries about you trying to put stuff in my mouth, then you would have been hot. But I didn't do that. I like, no, wait, I'm going to talk about it on the pod.
That's different. And the two don't compare.
Anyway, so a minute ago, I was like, damn, I'm hungry right before we started the pod. And I said, man, I'm going to try one of these nasty-ass vegan cookies. That's what I thought in my head. I'm telling you my internal thoughts, right? Because I'm not a cookie eater. Had it been tiramisu, I don't care how it tastes. I would have tried it. So I said a vegan cookie, something about a vegan cookie doesn't sit well with me. And then especially the person cooking it. However, I said I'm going to try one of these
every
cookies.
day, every week you remind me.
Let me get done.
That I ain't finna be doing this podcast.
Let me get done. I said, let me taste one of these cookies. I lifted one up and I saw you broke one off, meaning that Shiloh had one.
No, I don't believe in sending a bunch of sweets to kids to school for lunch.
But it's vegan.
They shouldn't be bouncing off the walls and stuff. So if I have a cookie, I will just put like half of it in his lunchbox. Because they're like, nice size cookie.
Anyway, I saw the half a cookie. I said, I grabbed it. I felt it. It was soft. First off of the feel, I said, this feels good. Like, it feel like you when you got lotion on. All that baby oil you be putting on. I said, okay. Got a little India feel to it. Then I kind of held it up to the light. Now, it's not the same color as you. It's more like a Shiloh color. So I said, all right, cool. Looks a little brownish. And then I said, let me just taste it. I put it in my mouth, and I kid you not, it was one of the best cookies I've ever had. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Give it up for you. Give it. I'm not going. I am shocked. And I ate it with no milk. Now I'm a cookies and milk connoisseur. People who eat cookies without milk, you might be on the terror side of the game. You might be on a no-fly list somewhere. Got to watch out for those people. No, but I did eat it, and I drink almond milk and oat milk. Fire. Oat milk with cookie. Ooh. Anyway, give it up for you. It was good. It was good.
Because it took too long to get to the compliment. So I don't want
what
that
you
pound.
Mean?
Anyways.
It was fine. Listen, I ain't going to hold you. I had so low expectations going into it because of what you said last night. She was
I just had to put them back in the oven a little bit longer. But once I did that, now I just have to adjust the cooking time because I had to put them in there a little bit longer than what the recipe called for.
She doubted her own skills. Last night, she was like, I don't know about these. So immediately in my head, I'm like, whoa, I'm not eating that because I don't want to be mean. But man, I'm so hungry right now. I'm talking about, bro, I had to get a piece. And I was 5 seconds from eating like 3 of them. But you ain't making them but like 3 of them. I said, you a lazy ass baker. So I like, it's cool. It's cool, but it was good.
Some compliments don't start coming out of your mouth.
I said
I'm walking.
You
see that door.
That was the best.
It.
Besides that.
You see it.
Besides that, listen. Look,
it's going to open.
It's fine. The cookie was fine.
Anyways, our daughter has not really dairy allergy, but it's definitely dairy sensitivity. And when she eats dairy, her eczema just flares up really bad. So I thought I was going to start trying to make her treats so that I know what's in them and she can have them. And so those cookies were actually made with coconut sugar.
Can I ask you a question?
And vegan chocolate chips and almond flour. So they were actually grain-free and
Talk about it. Talk about it. Keep going.
Dairy-free.
Now, if I gave you $100,000 right now, could you go replicate exactly what you did last night?
I gotta find a recipe. I don't know what I did with it.
One thing about India, she gonna make a dish and it's gonna be great. She has the capability. If you ask her to do it again, this is what she's gonna say. I don't know if I know. I gotta find a recipe out. I'm like, India, just do what you did last night. Do it again.
I remember, because sometimes I don't like that recipe. I followed it loosely. Like I didn't follow it.
You should
to a T. So.
Anyway, welcome back, everybody. We are back in the building. The cookies are flowing. If y'all want some, I'm going to invite y'all over so you can have some. Needless to say, we are back. How you feel? Tell the people where we been. We always got to start off the pod telling people where we been.
We've been sick. We've been on the toilet. That's where we've been. We've been on the toilet.
What my brother Fat Joe said a long time ago, Corona was in the building. Noro is in the motherfucking building. It's out there. If y'all don't be careful, wash your hands.
I think it's Norovirus. Definitely need to be washing your hands as often as possible these days. I don't know why people not washing their hands anyway, but apparently this virus is just highly contagious. Like
it's about 12 hours, but you're going to be down for 12. You're going to be down
for 24 hours.
It's about 12. About 12. We bounced back because I took him to the chaperone bounce.
Yeah. About to pass out.
I was hurting. I had to push through for my son. I was hurting though. I ain't gonna hold you. But anyway, so let me give y'all a quick little backstory. So Wednesday, right? We were supposed to record. India was like, oh my God. Oh, I just threw up. Immediately my heart dropped to my stomach. I can't do another one, y'all. I cannot. So I got my whole body went into the shakes. I'm like, man, please, God. Like, don't do this to your boy. Like, you've granted me with great favor. Don't turn your back on me now, Jesus. So he didn't, because I knew what else was going on. So I was like, woo, dodge the bullet. So then she said, and I'm on the toilet. And I'm like, all right, well, anyway, I'm gonna pray for you, right? So boom, she went back to the room and went to sleep. So when she sleep, I walked in there getting ready to do something. I forgot what I had to do, but while I was walking in, I was teasing her a little bit. I said, hey, man, I'm finna get that KN95 back, that old COVID mask, because you are not about to give me whatever you are sitting here producing out of your butt and your mouth.
Y'all, it was so much going on. I woke up that morning, my cycle started.
Talk about it. That was the silver lining and all
Then I was running to the toilet. It was coming out of both. I had stuff coming out of every end of my body. Right. And oh my God. I said, Lord, what did I do to deserve this? I'm sorry.
It was rough.
I'm sorry. So he being dramatic, like, I'm finna stay away from you because whatever that is, I don't want that.
Was I wrong? Whoa. Keep going. Keep going.
He brings me the things that I requested of him.
Asked me for what you asked me for, a garbage can. It was the first things first. Can you bring me a garbage can?
And then I told you to order some body armor.
Body armor.
And some soup and some white rice.
Let's talk about the soup.
The thing is, when you have diarrhea, you're supposed to get on the Brett's diet. That it's bananas, rice, apples, applesauce, whatever, and toast.
Oh, I ain't know that.
So I was like, I need something to firm this up.
All right. Come on.
I told him what to bring me. He bought some nasty soup.
Pause. Tell him why I bought you that soup, because you about to have the people thinking like I'm just crazy.
Well, I am very particular because, I pay attention to how much,
So what did I try to do?
You tried to get clean food.
And this shit's nasty.
It didn't matter because I couldn't keep it down. No.
Give me the preservatives.
It didn't matter anyway.
GMOs.
So, anyways, I basically crawled into the bed for 24 hours. Now, that day, I was like, you got to go pick the kids up from school. So he goes, gets the girl, gets the boy.
Pause.
He calls me after he gets the boy.
Yeah.
I'm half asleep. You ain't gonna believe what just happened. And I was like, what? I just threw up in the car.
Sir, I'm talking about boy. And listen, some of y'all throw up every weekend. So y'all listening to us like, man, that done Julio from Popeyes got me lit right now. And I'm like, nah, not that throwing up. I haven't thrown up probably since It's been a while. I forgot how it felt. So I'm sitting there, like, oh, my body started jerking. Nigga started doing the Harlem Shake. I'm like, what's going on? I reached back because I just bought the kids like a little after school snack. So I reached back, open the bag, and I tear it down. I'm talking about no remorse. I was going in. And I'm sitting there trying to control my body convulsions because I also got to drive my kids back home. And this is a brown bag that I'm vomiting in. And I'm like, bro, if the bottom fall out this bag, I don't know what I'm going to do. Man, I was trying to speed the process up. And anyway, long story less long, I ended up doing what I had to do in the bag. The bag stayed sealed, and I threw it away. When I got back to the house, I thank God I got back to the house, first of all. Then I just fell on the couch. Wow. I said, God, just help me, your boy. This was on Wednesday. I'm praying.
No, it wasn't. That was the one that Thursday?
Yeah, that was Thursday. I'm just praying like, God, just help me. Man, I'm talking about as soon as I sit down on the couch, my butt started to explode. I'm like, yep. She gave it to me. Noro is in the building. I said, yeah, Eddie, what did you do? See, listen, y'all know in the beginning of rush hour, Chris Rock looking for that C4. It was in my ass. I had C4 coming out of my butt. I said, this is stinking. My whole stomach was ripped up. And then, so I'm like, all right, cool. I'm settled on the toilet, right? So I'm handling my business. I'm sweating, but everything is good, right? Then I look around and I said, God bless me with a garbage bag. So I had to get up, pants halfway to my knees, run to the laundry room, floop, get one of the little blue garbage bags we got. Hey, they fight Glade. Y'all got some good garbage bags. Man, I put that garbage can in front of me, and I was like a seesaw coming. I was like, oh, don't do that to the mic. That was disgusting. But anyway, I'm just happy to be well again, y'all. But I'm telling you, by the time I got done, it was like I taking an enema because everything I had in me had flushed out. It was clear.
It wasn't even it. So it was like those symptoms.
Yeah.
But then also we got hit with the fever. We got hit with the headache.
We had a fever.
We got hit with the body aches. We could not move. We were the worst parents.
Patient zero ever. Right here. I'm talking about Blake, like, what am I going to eat? I said, hey, cuz, I don't know. Bro, I said, man, whatever you want.
We had to DoorDash up some food.
He just like his mama. He gonna order the most expensive thing from DoorDash. I'm talking about what? He said, Dad, can I have Dig Thai? I said, bro, I don't think Dig Thai DoorDash is, but Eastern Peak does. So I got him Eastern Peak, and man, one kid ran me up to $45 on DoorDash. You know, he get the gyoza, and then he got to get the chicken fried rice. Then they add the tax and the tip. Nigga, you done paid $45. DoorDash is a scam, but it's convenient as hell. Boy, I love you.
I made Shiloh a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some apples.
And we put the kids
And we sent them kids on their way. And then that night, neither one of us sleep. We were both up tossing and turning.
It was like...
all night long.
It's like the toss Olympics.
Because my body was hurting so bad. Like, the body aches were insane. Mm. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I have joint pain in general. So it was like the virus had my joints intensified. And I was like, this is the worst I have ever felt in my life. I have never experienced anything like that.
Hey, it was ever. It was God.
So
go ahead.
You know, that was us.
I gotta say this. Then mind you, that week I had worked out because I was fine every day. Thursday was my last workout, and on Wednesday I feel like we did probably like 100 deadlifts. So my back was sore already. Boy, we lay down in their bed. I said, oh. We couldn't get comfortable. I'm looking at her. She looking at me. She breathing on me. I'm breathing on her. Might as well. We sick now. We here together. Just shit. Fuck it. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you, but go ahead.
So then I woke up the next day and I was feeling fine. So I was like, wow, that was the worst 24 hours of my life.
And so I woke up the next day not feeling this fine.
Yeah, because I guess he started probably like 8 hours after I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, miserable times.
And then check this out.
Then
go ahead. We
after that, Blake got sick.
Yeah. So then,
But he didn't have the diarrhea and the vomiting and stuff. He just had the super high fever, body aches, couldn't move off the couch and all that.
We took him to the doctor. He had the flu.
So, yeah, we've been
incapacitated, to say the least.
Yeah.
We've been down bad. And I'm like, I bet y'all thinking right now, damn, these people got poor immune system. It's quite the opposite. We take so many vitamins, we could run a pharmaceutical company. It's just that, I don't know. Y'all are dirty. Y'all are nasty. It's y'all fault. Every time we see at Pilates, touching on God knows who's, making sure they bending over with the sweat. And then she comes home, and then she want to touch all over me. I'm like, chill with the Pilates hands. And then she picks up Shiloh. And then I pick up Shiloh. It's just nasty.
That's not true. But I mean, I had some sick clients last week too. So really it's no telling.
It's the Pilates.
Where it came from.
And then the home girl and her kids, they got a little sick. And it was too much. Hey, y'all listen. It's been
I don't know. I don't think it came from me because Blake's teammates were also sick last
Basketball
week.
Teammates.
So I was like, maybe, somebody brought it up. Maybe I was just, because I had also had his mom in class that week too.
Okay.
That Monday.
Yeah.
I had his mom in class.
That's what I'm talking about, the home girl. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. We've been on the sick and shut in list. I mean, we probably could have recorded had we done it earlier in the week, but we were just busy. We've been busy too, on top of that, just with schedules and stuff. This has been a very long Monday. Not Monday. It's been a very long January.
January still ain't over. I can't wait to smash the finish line of January.
Yeah. But
talk about it.
Moving on.
Whoa. Before we do it, let me do this. Hold up, girl. Act like you've been here before.
During the week, we got deep.
I haven't.
Chill. Let's talk about podcast.
Now we have to talk about when I was sick. What she made me do that I thoroughly enjoyed that Friday amidst of my ailments.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I thought we were about to talk about that. What were you about to talk about? Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So, Bear and I go to church. We've been very regular.
Not as regular as I but.
One of my clients just fussed at me because So we've been going to this church for quite some time now. I'm talking years at this point. We still have not done like the official new member class.
Man.
So we're going to do it. Actually, I don't even know how you serving in a church without being, they didn't ask you that during your class?
Man, they know me. I'm serving the Lord. I'm not serving nobody's church. Can I get an amen?
You are serving the church. Don't say that. You sound crazy. You are serving.
I mean, I'm serving the church.
You serving the church because
Lord.
That's what the Lord has asked you to do.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Say it how you want to say it, but we saying the same thing at the end of the day.
We're not saying the same thing.
Continue
if you're not going to serve the church and you don't want to be in the church, then don't go. But don't be out here talking like that because that ain't how you be talking in real life.
It is how I'm talking in real life.
No, it's not. No,
this
it's
is not hyperbole.
No, it's not. I ain't telling you if you keep getting on this podcast with you. You want to be a liar now. That you are not. Why would you say that?
Andy, come on, go ahead and get done with the story. They don't want to hear this. Come on.
Anyways, so we go to our church had a marriage conference last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We had signed up for it. Barry didn't want to go.
You said somebody was mad at you though. You were at that point. Then you veered.
One of my clients. I didn't say she was mad at me. I said she fussed at me for not going to the new member class because of how involved and how often we are at church.
Oh, she's saying we need to go to the new member class. Who said that?
Shelby.
Okay.
Anyways, we have a marriage conference at our church. And we signed up for it. Mm-hmm. It was a 2-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was feeling okay. Like I was back to myself for the most part. Him, not so much.
I was struggling. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. So let's back up a little bit because you got straight to the story. So we went to a marriage conference and it's a big deal. Apparently, I had no clue because the church, they started advertising the marriage conference damn near sometime last year around Thanksgiving. They were like, get your tickets right now before they sell out. Coming to you. They were advertising it like a car show. So I'm like, all right, bet. We gonna get the tickets. Buy one, get one half off right now. Got door prizes and all. I'm like, all right, whatever, bet, cool. Anyway, she was like, I want to go. And at that time, we were still like, we shadow boxing every day. At that point in time, like, man, I ain't going nowhere with you. You going to a marriage conference by your damn self. That's what my mind was. But then, God softened my heart. Shout out to G.O.D. Yeah, you know me. And I said, I'm going to buy these marriage conference tickets. So boom, got the marriage conference tickets. And like I told you, at first I was a little apprehensive. I feel like that every man, when you hear marriage and conference in the same sentence, it's almost like a sentence, like you about to go do 5 to 10 in the pen. But it wasn't bad at all. Matter of fact, it was actually very good, thorough, and enjoyable. But I'm going to get to that. My girl had me going. I was going to go, but I wanted to see if my wife was going to give me like the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, you ain't really got to go if you don't feel up to it.
I did tell you that.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you did. But I'm like, nah, I'm toughing it through for her. My girl sitting there, she eating at the marriage conference in my face. I'm hungry. But the thing about me eating, if I eat, it's coming back up. I tried to eat some peanuts. Man, I ate 3 peanuts, and I feel like the lady beside me was about to get saturated with peanut butter. So I just had to chill. But continue on.
I don't even understand why it's like pulling teeth trying to get you to do stuff.
Nah, because like I said, a marriage conference, nobody really wants to go to like a man. When you first hear it, you have a stigma, right? You think that marriage conferences are mainly for women and it's going to be a lot of male bashing. That's the stigma around couples therapy. That's the stigma around marriage conferences. Every time we hear those things.
Is that the stigma or is that what you think?
No, that's the stigma. I am speaking for every man, but I'm speaking for the majority of the men. I feel like the stigma around when your woman introduces, hey, I think we should go do couples therapy. Hey, I think we should go to a marriage conference. There's a stigma, if you've never been before, that when you go to these places, it's going to be a lot of male bashing. She's right, you're wrong. They don't know because they've never been. And that's what I thought. When I first started diving into these things and when you first start bringing these things up, like, let's do couples therapy. I'm like, here you go. You about to weaponize your tears. And as soon as I get in there, you're going to start crying and the therapist is going to automatically take your side. That was my initial reaction a long, long time ago. I know I've gotten over that now. So I think it is a stigma. I'm not wrong.
Okay. So the marriage conference was called Love and Respect.
Love and Respect.
And it was nice because I just felt like that subject was just something that we have.
That's our argument.
Gone back and forth.
That's our argument, for real.
For like multiple years now.
No. Since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time.
Anyways.
It's messy because you just...
So it's basically... What they described was basically, a lot of couples get on this merry-go-round of like the woman saying that she desires to be more loved. And basically, I need you to take me out on more dates. I need you to woo me. Like, woo. You're not doing enough in that department. And the man is like, well, I feel like I need to be more respected or better respected in order for me to do this. But then she's like, well, I'm not doing this because you're not doing that. So it's like these couples are just always on this.
And I'm not doing that because you're not doing this.
Yeah, so.
It's a crazy cycle, he called it. But let me, you jump right into it again. I want to ask you this. When you first got there and you saw who was giving the marriage, did you know who was giving the marriage conference, who was presenting at the marriage conference? Did you look these people up?
I didn't look them up, but I knew because it had been in the church announcements every week.
But I never looked them up, right? So when we got in there, I'm like, man, what went up and learned from this is an old white couple. So I'm like, man, what they gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? Bro, hey, fellas, it was good. And I'm gonna say this too. I forgot to say this. Shout out to my brother. Phil was like, hey man, I think you would like a marriage conference. I was like, for real? Like, yeah, bro, like this is your speed. Like you would like a marriage conference. So he gave me that vote of confidence to just go ahead, stick with it, go into it open-minded. And he said that I would like it. And I think, putting this out there, fellas, don't go into it thinking like it's gonna be male bashing because it's not. It's a good time. It's fun.
It's actually 50%. Like it's 50-50 bashing.
Get there.
It's not like just male bashing, not just.
But I don't think it's bashing anybody. I think it's just coming in from a different perspective. So you were right. Yeah.
But I feel like both of us were sitting there having moments like, okay, I do this, or, I could definitely be better in this department for sure.
What was your favorite part? What did you learn? What was your one takeaway? If I had to come to you right now and ask, India, you said this marriage conference was great. What was the one thing you took away that you
should have had my book. I have notes, and I highlighted.
No. I said one thing you took away.
I highlighted my favorite thing.
Okay.
I highlighted my favorite thing.
Well,
what was the one he said?
I know what mine is.
Wait, man, if I want to go get the book, I go get the book. What you mean by that?
Why is everything? And then this is what they talked about. Like, this is what we struggle with.
So basically, it was just, what did he say when he was like, stop doing it? What did he say when he was like, basically, neither of you are wrong. It's just what was the...
Different shades of right.
Yes, that's what it was. Couldn't remember. So yeah, that is pretty much what all of it was about.
My mama's scholar.
Neither of you are wrong. It's just two different shades of right. And I like that because it kind of gave me a different perspective and kind of made me sit there and think like, okay, this is how he feels. How can I respect how he feels? Like, even though I don't necessarily agree with what he's saying, just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean he's wrong in how he's feeling. So that was what was helpful for me.
Okay. Cool. My biggest takeaway was something that it was a story. So I want to tell everybody this story real fast. I'm going to try to give you the abridged version. And if you don't know what the word abridged means, you don't need to listen to this podcast. I'm going to give you the abridged version. And he talked about something called the marriage bus ride, which I thought was chef's kiss, the way he illustrated this. So he said that it was this man with these two kids, right? And he was taking the red eye. I forgot the cities, but I'm going to give you two. He was taking the red eye states from Nashville. I'm going to give you cities from Nashville to Jackson, Mississippi. When he was taking the red eye from Nashville to Jackson, Mississippi, their passengers on the bus were all asleep. Everybody knocked out. But when the man and his kids got on there, his kids began to run up and down the aisleway. They were playing, they were loud, and he was sitting back there gazing out of the window in and out of sleep. Now, the passengers on the bus, they were pissed off, and you can hear rumblings. They were saying, man, I wish these kids would sit down. Man, why don't this parent get these kids? But the kids kept running up and down, back and forth, till eventually, you always got that one person that want to be the hero. Somebody stands up and he goes and asks the dad, hey, man, hey. Why don't you get your kid, bro? We're on the red eye from Nashville, Tennessee to Jackson, Mississippi, dog. We just want to go to sleep. The dad looks at the guy right in his face and he said, hey, man, I'm sorry. You got to forgive me. But my wife just died right before we got on this red eye in the hospital, St. Thomas. The kids, they've never dealt with grief and death before, and they just acting out, trying to manage it the best way they know how. But man, just give me this moment. The whole bus just immediately started to empathize with this guy on what he was going to. So a switch flip. Everybody went from being pissed off to now looking at this guy with a heart, with an open heart. So when he said that, equating that back to marriage and how the marriage bus ride will work, I'm like, man, that's a good story to think about. The way I think about things and the way you presenting things, if I just knew how maybe your day is going bad. So the way you coming at me is not an isolated event because something I did, but it may be something that you going throughout the day. It may be something that you haven't gotten over, that you're still trying to get over. So trying to unpack and decode the marriage bus ride. Ooh, I nailed it. The best part. But the baddest part of it, I'm going to give you the baddest part. Give you the worst part. And this wasn't the worst part, but I want to talk about this part. He said during one of his speeches, he was like, I want everybody to stop right now because what I don't want to happen is I'm telling you this stuff and then you over there doing this, nudging your partner. Like, you hear what he's saying? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It was a few times where I wanted to do it, but I never did it.
And you did it when we left the next day. What? Yes, you did.
No, I did it one time because you were about to turn up.
Yes, you did.
I had to get you with this.
Yes, you did. I was like, you're literally doing exactly what they said don't do.
It was one time, but you were about to go. crazy. And I saw you but once I said, hey, we just left the marriage conference, you immediately tapered down.
That was me ignoring you.
Girl, come on now. Don't say
because
that.
It was. Because you doing that was like you trying to trigger me. So
No.
It wasn't like me trying to calm down because you saying it. It's like, all right, you trying to poke the bear at this point by saying that, even though we just walked up out of there and you know you're not supposed to be saying it. So that's not what that was.
All right, go ahead. We'll continue on. What else we got? What else we got about the marriage conference? What else we got about the marriage conference?
So the only thing I didn't like was, well, I won't say I didn't like it. It was just expectations of, because that was our first marriage conference. We had never been. And I didn't realize it was going to be just mostly lecture style.
Yeah. I told Indy if I had to go to a 6 to 9 class right now to get my doctorate degree, I would fail.
So when I was talking to one of my clients earlier today, she said in the past that that's not how it's been.
Oh, for real?
And they said there's usually another couple that has led the marriage conference in the past. And the first night usually starts off, it's like
breakout groups.
No, like a romantic dinner, dancing with your spouse, and then like a little bit of like, talking and learning and stuff like that. And then the next day is like breakout sessions and stuff like that. And so
that same one, she went to a different one.
No, it's the same one.
She turned up.
So I think
niggas got lazy on us, didn't they? Hey, what's that sideways romp? Here, take this. Be happy.
I don't know what happened this year. Like if they were to come back next year, I wouldn't go because like I don't need that information twice.
Yeah.
Like now we have the workbook, and the workbook has like really good nuggets in it. Like the workbook is easy to go back and reference.
It was digestible. That's why I like the body.
And then we also have the book as well. So, if next year's conference is that same information, then I probably won't go next year.
Yeah.
Some couples go every year, and apparently it is a little different. But I would have enjoyed, starting with like a nice dinner, dancing, some form of connecting. Like there just wasn't any ways for us to connect in the conference.
We could have went in the car and got it busy.
Now
I'm just saying, all you had to do was say, I got something for you. And I would have said, we both got naked in the Burger King bathroom. Let's go, girl.
So I'm going to say this. Beard irritated the snot out of me on day 2. So everybody had just had a moment, right? And so like the Holy Spirit was in the building. And it was basically talking about like forgiveness of, like things that you've done to your spouse and, forgiveness of being unkind to your spouse and all of that stuff. And so it was like a moment we were supposed to be standing up to get a break. And then the pastor of our church came up and he was like, before you get up and stand and stretch.
Go ahead. I'm just messing with him. Go ahead.
Before you get up to stand and stretch or whatever, I just want you to take a moment and I want like husbands.
That's what they say do. I'm reenacting.
And so I want you to hold hands, get close. Husbands, I want y'all to start first. I want you to whisper into her ear, like you may owe her an apology. You may, want to say some nice things to her. Like, let's take this moment to really like pour into your marriage.
Yeah. Yeah, he said
I think that's what he did.
Nah,
I think that's what he did.
Yeah, I did do that eventually.
He pulled me to the side and was like, I think I play too much. You do. You do. He was like, I don't know what to say right now.
But I got warmed up.
No, you didn't.
I kept talking through and I said, okay. And I said, I'm sorry. I apologize for all my indiscretions, the things I did to make you upset with me. But girl, I just want you to know today we starting over.
He never got that out. He never got that out.
Right when I said today we starting over, they said, Todd, wives. Is it Todd? I said, yes. They said, wives. And you know what she did the whole time? I said, you ain't gonna say nothing else? I said, all right, then. I was about to start my time back up again. But see, I don't do it
You
like
were
that.
not about to start your time up again, Beard.
I just got into my groove. I was like, okay, I know what to do now. Like, I feel it now. but it took me a while to feel it. The feeling had to come within me. So I started off by saying, hey, I think I play too much. And then I breathe hard. And then you started to laugh. Had you not started to laugh, I would have kept going.
No, you wouldn't have.
You're probably right.
No, you wouldn't have.
You're probably right. But
I'm like, for once, can you be serious?
I was trying.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I was trying. I need to do better. I need to do what you want me to say. God bless. I just said I need to do better. You want me to just damn genie in a bottle, change right here on the spot? I'm just trying to figure it out. But anyway, I'm going to go to another marriage conference. I want to lead one, matter of fact. Now, I know that all you got to do is lecture. I can get up there and turn up.
What wisdom are you going to provide to people?
That's the question I want you to ask. I'm going to provide the type of wisdom that's going to have a long-lasting connection and tell you how to rebound when your love may be going down. It's called the rebound on the love go down. Give it up for me one time. All shots won't go in the baskets, right? That's the premise. But the point is you keep shooting at her heart. And if you miss it, you try to dunk it back in. Guess what? That's what my love conference is about. It's called rebound when your love goes down. You don't want to go to it?
You exhaust me.
You don't want to see? It's cool, though. It's cool. Just saying.
I'm trying to think, y'all. There were a lot of good things that they said in the conference. There were a lot of good things.
What is one thing?
Well, I was going to say, one of the things I really enjoyed was like their description for like the man's needs versus the woman's needs.
Yeah. Now, which I was about to ask you that.
And how some men are just, not some men, like, it was pretty like general, but knowing how men operate in their desires and basically how
it was
we want y'all to be more complicated than what y'all are. Y'all are just very simple people.
Nah, yeah. It was stuff in there that he said that you've been wanting to say as a man to your woman, but you just don't know the words or the way to articulate it to make her not get mad. So I like that part. Like you have these thoughts in your head all day, every day. But you know if you bring these thoughts up to her, she's going to go say, like you said earlier, but you don't do X, Y, Z for me. And then it's the crazy cycle, right? So it was good to have a third party say it out loud so they can be reciprocated from both sides. What is the thing that they said that a woman wants that you think that I need to do a better job of doing? Ooh, talk about it, be-love. You know I will. Come on.
Are we talking about like specific to all men or specific to you?
I said for be-love. B to the L-O-V to the Izzy.
Well, so like one of the things that, because you know, when we got to the end of that section on the second day and it gave us those lists of things, at the very top of it was talking about like physical touch. Yeah. And intimacy outside of sex.
Okay.
Like, I really need you to get on board with intimacy outside of sex. Okay. Like,
coming from a person that doesn't like hugs.
That's not true. I keep telling you I'm trying to get better.
You're trying to. But you're not there. Okay, I got you.
So even if you didn't hug me, like, I do like a handhold. Like, when we used to date and we would be in the car, you would grab my hand. You would rub my thigh. See what I'm talking about? That's not what I asked for.
Okay.
That's not what I asked for. I didn't ask your hand to travel up.
My hand.
I didn't say that. But then, like, he also described, like, and I feel like I've described this to you before, like intimacy starting earlier in the day.
For sure, we talked about that. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree.
So, for me, that's like one of the, like, let's maybe make that priority.
What do you think, Mom? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Don't look at me like that. What do you think that I think that I want you to do? More or less of?
So I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay, all right,
but
cool,
one of my things that I was like, okay, I need to do a better job of this was, you know, basically when you're in the dating phase and you're doing all the things that the other person wants to do, you know, because you're trying to impress them, or, you know, you're just in that honeymoon phase of relationship. But then when you get married and you've been together for so long and you stop doing those things. And so one of the examples that this man's wife brought up was, you know, like sporting events and watching games and stuff like that. Knowing that that is something that he enjoys. And I'm going to be honest, like, we've been together for a long time now. And I would say in the past, like 6 years, like once I like settled into who I was like, I don't want to do that anymore.
She don't give a
like,
shit.
I don't enjoy watching sporting events. But, you know, hearing them say it out loud and just really just sitting and understanding like that's important to him. It's like sometimes you do have to make those sacrifices. So I said, I'm going to try to start watching like maybe, you know, like half of a game. Like we can start at half of a game. Because, you know, football games be long. Well, football season for to be over. I could sit and watch basketball before football, but,
girl,
you know,
can't watch nothing.
But I am going to try to.
Thank you.
Have you seen those videos? It's a couple that keeps popping up on Facebook for me.
She's such an old lady, by the way.
This one couple, this girl was like, I'm finna pretend like I'm one of the guys watching football.
I don't want you to be one of the guys.
So she like drawn a mustache, put on this like jersey and these baggy pants, and she like rang their doorbell with some chicken wings. And she went and sat next to him on the couch. And she was sitting like a guy. And then like, but she was like looking over at him to see how he was reacting to the game so she would know what she needed to do. I said I was going to do that. Because I be looking at football. Y'all don't know what's going on. The thing is, I did not grow up in a house.
We talked about this.
That watched sports. My daddy wasn't into sports. My daddy was more like artsy and stuff. So, like, when people would spend their Saturday afternoons watching college football.
Talk about it.
We were spending our Saturday afternoon, like, cleaning for most of the day. And then my dad would just be playing jazz music in the house, which I enjoyed. Like, I like jazz music now. So, that wasn't a priority in my house, but that is something that is important to you.
So let them know.
I would say that that's probably like a piece of me that has been selfish over the past couple of years because I have not.
Accountability.
That has not been a priority for me. So I said, you know, moving forward, I'm going to try to do a better job of, you know, being involved in your interests.
Okay, talk about it. Let them know. Give me $5 for FanDuel tonight if you really
Absolutely
love.
not.
Okay.
Because you shouldn't be doing that now.
Oh my God.
So
here we go. Now I did like one of the things they said about like women. Sarah was her name, right? Miss Sarah was two speakers. Dr. Emerson and his wife, Sarah. I think that's what her name was. But anyway, she was saying like, ladies, you should leave all of the detailed stories, leave that for your girlfriends. But the once again, the abridged version, give that to me. Like just first, middle, last. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing on up sometime. I like a good story though. You know, I love a good story. So if it's good, and if it's some cappuccino, you know.
I can say sometimes you be wanting the tea.
It's the cappuccino.
I don't know.
Cappuccino.
And that's the thing. So with the conference, and this is really anything in general, sometimes I have just an attitude of take what you need, leave what you don't need.
Hey, for sure. That's what you should have.
Some of the stuff I was like, I don't think this really applies to our relationship.
Ask me what it is and let me we need to go through it together.
Well, we're supposed to go through it together anyway. Yeah, and you know, we did purchase like a different workbook and book that we said we were gonna do.
We should do it on Thursday again. We should do it on Thursday. And I'm gonna you have 90% of my undivided attention.
I need 100. Like there has to be a day during the week that I have 100.
Thursday. It's the best day. You said 90.
Day. I said 100.
And like how we did the purple book.
I need 100.
I got choked. But yeah, so I did like that. What else did I take? About the ladies, what do I need to do better? I think you said it. Like I know I need to touch you more. You know, I know you want some of this funky stuff. So I'm gonna do a better job of without showing you that you're
pulling your hands up to my breasts.
If you're walking around the house, and I've been doing a good job because yesterday you got out of the shower and Shiloh was right there. Now, what if I would have just came in there and just, you were putting on lotion and just commenced to touching on you? So you got to do a better job of being respectful to my eyes. Just saying. Don't get out of the shower naked, start greasing up. Now you look like the Krispy Kreme hot sign and you expect me to mind my business. It's crazy to me. The only reason why I didn't do anything is because now I have a girl shadow. Her name is Shiloh. Every time I look around, there she is. Every time I go, there she is. Like, God bless, I got 2 of them. How did this happen? So yeah, like you gotta respect me in that situation. Love and respect. Respect me and my decisions to want to get in them jeans. And this time it was just wide open for me. And it probably was a little moist because you just got out of the bathtub. I ain't have too much more work to do. Give it up for me. Just saying, man. Sometimes, ladies, listen, you gotta let a man be a man. If you get out of the shower and you like, oh no, don't touch me. That's what the woman said at the marriage conference. Did they not say that? Now listen.
Okay, so that was another takeaway.
Okay, talk about it.
She said that we as married women want our spouses to only have eyes for us, but not giving excuses for infidelity or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But we want them to only have eyes for us and to adore us and just to, want us. But when they try...
When it's trying to caress their behind
us, we like, no, not right now. Now's not the time. Or I'm tired. So every day can't be that. It just can't.
But see, I don't want no forced booty either, because if she was like, so ladies, you have a job, and go give it to them. And some of the ladies was like, I don't want none of that. I don't.
What is it, Tim? Did she also
don't give me the force. I guess here. The starfish. I don't want the starfish.
And then remember they told that story about this. It was like a couple, and I think she had been like mad at her husband or whatever, and she had also been tired, and she was like, I'm not having sex. Like, I'm on sex strike or whatever. And so I think she called her mom and she told her mom that she was doing. And she was like, why would you do that? Why on earth would you deprive him of the one thing that he wants? That's all he wants is sex. And he was like, it doesn't even take you that long to do it.
Yeah, you missed the punchline, but you ran over the punch. You almost had it. Like, she gonna do it. You almost had it though, but it was good.
Paraphrasing. But anyways, a lot of times men are just more sexual than women. I enjoy sex. It's just, sometimes I be tired.
All the time.
A lot of times.
And you only want it your way. It ain't no other way. We got to do it like this, in this way, or no way.
That's not true.
Girl, shut up. Anyway, I know you got somewhere to be. Tell the people where they can find you. And we'll come back and talk a little bit more about it. Man, y'all forgive us. We back in this thing. Talk about it.
Next week, I'm gonna take the book and I'm gonna highlight like specific points.
And we're gonna start on another book too, because I do want to start on the love language book.
Yeah, we have, but it's not like the.
It's different.
It's not the big love language book that everybody
we'll show y'all
has been reading. We'll come better prepared next time. You can find me India.Marie on Instagram. I don't know for how much longer, but for now, India.Marie on Instagram.
You can find me at BLove1911 on all social platforms. She bothers me so bad. And she knows why. Also, She and I Podcast on Instagram. She and I Podcast everywhere. Man, subscribe to YouTube. I forgot to say it in the beginning, but if you made it to this point, I love you and you're in my heart. In the meantime, in between time, like always, it's been real. It's been fun. I out.